What's cooking, beautiful people? Welcome back after a week and a bit of not being here, of disappearance. I'm finally back. Very tired, very jet lagged, but I felt like I should do an update video because, well, number one, I'm back and this is supposed to be a sort of daily thing. And number two, a lot happened in the last week. As you can see, not as green as we were last week. So, what happened this week? We were pumping, we were beautiful. And then on the news that Trump was going to send nuclear submarines to Russia because the Russians were being a bit cheeky beaky, there was a pretty big scare, a lot of selling. Mostly the biggest impact was on the crypto market. The crypto, like for example, Ethereum lost about 15%. Bitcoin went from 119,000, looking like it was going to keep pumping, to 111,000. So big crash, big correction. Whereas the S&P 500, I think, only dropped around 4%. So the S&P 500 and stock markets were not too impacted, but the crypto market was very, very volatile still. So that happened. However, though, so a few trades of mine, I had three trades open, if I'm not mistaken. So Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. My Solana trade, I had taken partial profits as a precaution on the week. Since I wouldn't be here, I didn't know what happened. And Solana is, even less sort of safe, air quotes. I'm using air quotes, you can't see, but there you go, as other cryptos. So I took partial profits on Solana. That trade closed out. So I still made money on the trade, just not as much as I was hoping. I also didn't take partial profits on Bitcoin, so that trade just closed out, and I lost some money on that. But my Ethereum trade, I didn't touch. But as I told you, I was laddering in, so I laddered in, became a big position, and as you can see, rather interestingly, it came and it touched what I had said. It came and went all the way down to the 3,385 mark. I'd mentioned this in a previous video as where I'd open a trade, and it's very beautifully pumped up. So now the question is it going to go into a downward channel that you can see I've drawn out here, or is it going to keep pumping? Well, that is something that we're going to have to see. But there is a big V-shaped recovery right now that's going on, which is a bullish sign. So that is a good indication as to we could keep pumping. So I still have a very positive outlook, albeit the nuclear potential nuclear war escalation between Russia and with Russia, which would be really fucking terrible. But there you go. So yeah, the Ethereum trade, if you followed it, then big congratulations to you. You're doing decent profits, very good profits. And yeah, the Solana trade, I'm not re-entering yet. I might, depending on what happens. But once again, we do have a bit of a V-shaped recovery, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to monitor a few. And the Bitcoin trade, Bitcoin, as I had very early on predicted, actually, I think in one of my first videos, that it would come and want to fill this big future CME gap. And it did exactly that. So, is a good indication. So now we're going to have to see if this was like the 123,000 was the top of the market, or if we're going to keep going higher, because the target, though, is on Bitcoin. If you look here on the bigger time frames, you can see there's a little bit of a reverse head and shoulders pattern. Whoop, one there, and it goes there, and then over there. I can't actually draw it. There you go, and over there. And so the target of this, if you measure it out, is, oh, that's definitely too long because it's supposed to be around 150,000. If I do from the top to there around, it should be around, yeah, 140,000, which actually goes in line with this peak. So technically, that's where it should be. Doesn't mean it couldn't drop back down over here before pumping back up, but that should be the target, should be around there. 100, my perfect target would be more like 135 to 140,000. A lot of people are a little bit more optimistic. I've seen some people saying 149, 150. So we'll have to see, right? But it is. Anyways, I do see target going up relatively soon. So hopefully that's a good sign. So we'll have to monitor that too. Sorry if I'm not making too much sense. I'm very tired right now. I'm very jet lagged, so I'm a bit all over the place. Now, Little update on the account. I have decided, number one, to add $50 a month until I reach $1,000 on the account, just so that it can grow a little bit faster. Because the beginning is long, and the whole aim is to kind of make this happen, fast, air quotes used. Not because making money fast isn't actually real. All the people online that are like, "Oh, look at my trading strategy. You'll make millions not having to do anything." That's bullshit. You will always have to do something, and it's never immediate because it takes money to make money, right? I can't make $1 million off of zero without doing anything. So the reason why I'm adding the 50 is so that it can grow a little bit. Because and then since you're generally only risking about 3% per trade, it's so that you don't risk too much. Number one, like if I lose three trades in a row, I've only lost with 1,000, let's say 30, 30, 30. So $90, which out of the 1,000 isn't too bad. Like that's still recoverable. Which whereas if I was doing 50% per trade, that means I'm doing one $500 trade, two $500 trades. I've lost two. I'm liquidated. I have no more money. I'm completely fucked. So you have to always be a bit cautious. And then so that's why I've chosen to do the $50 per month until I reach 1,000, and then once I reach 1,000, I'll stop. And then so you might be seeing here, wondering why I don't have the XRP trade anymore on spot, and why there's now WBTH and BTC. Well, so I sold the XRP just because I've taken decent profits from it. I don't feel the craziness anymore from XRP right now. It reached a pretty close high, to be honest. It was very close. It reached the 3.6 mark at its peak, and then just kind of went down. This could be a correction, but I've had enough of XRP. So I changed to ETH and Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I will be adding money into that every month. I will be buying up some more Bitcoin every month forever, because I think that Bitcoin is an asset class, an asset that will, become like sort of gold or whatever. You just buy, and it just keeps going up on the long term. So that's a long term buying with this account. So it might help eventually or not. We'll see. And then the WBTH is Ethereum that I've actually staked. And so I get wrapped. It's called Wrapped Beacon Ethereum. And it's an Ethereum that I stake it, so I can't use it. But in exchange, I get WBTH, which I can use as like margin or to borrow or whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm just staking the Ethereum. And I've also actually decided to stake some USDT just for, I'm going to do this every day with a little bit of USDT that I don't need on the spot. And as this happens every day, I'm going to be earning more and more. So I can stake more and more, et cetera, et cetera. And then eventually it'll go up. So as you can see today, for example, I've earned 0.0013017 USDT. And then tomorrow it'll be a bit more, et cetera, et cetera. So that's beautiful. And yeah, you can see my Ethereum position. I've already taken partial profits because you can see here on the Ethereum, there is what seems to be like this day hasn't finished. So we don't yet know. But I've taken partial profits here because it was a very big trade. It was like a $40 trade on a $100 account. So I was risking like, you know, 40%, which is a lot more than the three. But I was very confident in this as I had marked it out. So that's why I took partial profits here, because it seems like it stopped and then went back down. So I was like, okay, we're good. Partial profits, and there you go. Risking less, like de-risked a bit. This is still a very big position. As you can see, I can come here, remove margin. The max removable is 1475. Oh, it's not that big a position. Weird. Okay. Anyways, that's that. And then what was I saying? Oh yes, I was told by one of the people that I know who watch these videos, that they didn't really understand everything. Like what I was saying was a bit, ooh, shish law crazy, all that. And the whole goal of this is partially just so that, I go from zero to a million. So I'm making $1 million, hopefully. But the also goal is to take you guys along with me on this journey, right? So that people can learn, possibly trade, possibly. So I will be trying to focus and explain certain things in certain videos as to why X does Y and why Z does W and why this means that and why if something happens, I do this. And how to read the charts, how to see the patterns. So I'm going to be doing that. But remember, once again, everything I do say in these videos is not financial advice. You do it at your own risk and peril if you do decide to do it. It's not a guarantee. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm very shish kebabbled, so I'm not exactly sure what I've been saying for the past 10 minutes. So if I have missed anything, it'll be in the video tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn the bell notification on if you're interested in following this journey. Much love, y'all, and see you all again tomorrow.